All right, guys, what follows is a series of vignettes of, well, stuff. So when it comes to neck making, I try to work on individual components as much as possible because should I screw up, I hopefully won't have to scrap the whole neck. And here we are sticking it down using the old CA glue and painter's tape trick and sanding the fretboard's radius up to 150 grit. And as you can see, it takes a little time because I want it to be as perfect and as flat as I can get it. From there, I like to fit the machine heads before I do anything else because I'm a stickler for alignment. If I should get it wrong, despite using the manufacturer's drilling jig, which you see here, because I haven't glued the fretboard on, I won't have to scrap the truss rod, the fretboard, and the neck. Come to think of it, it might be worth noting I do this with a hand drill for a little extra control. And here you can see just a test fit of those machine heads. Spurzels in this case, made in Ohio, and nice and lightweight, looking great. And yeah. The great English cabinet maker David Charlesworth once said that a glue up is a 10-minute opportunity to ruin weeks worth of work. And here I am looking super relaxed gluing the fretboard on. Scary stuff, but I try to make it a little less scary by using these 16th inch drill bits that act as indexing pins. One of the things that isn't printed on the glue bottle is the fact that glue, ironically enough, can be slippery stuff, and we certainly don't want our fretboard misaligned. And speaking of glue, probably one of the most efficient ways one can spread it is with your finger, as seen here. Okay, it's definitely worth mentioning that once glue goes down onto a surface, the laws of physics instantly change, and what went perfectly during dry assembly now requires a sledgehammer to get together. Here you can see me starting to freak out a little as I attempt to line up the indexing pins. Yeah, stressy stuff, but we got it together and it all worked out in the end. Finally, I use a clamping caul that has been radiused to match the fretboard, 12 inches in this case, and the purpose of which is to evenly apply the pressure from using just about every clamp I own in order to ensure that the fretboard stays exactly where it belongs and we end up with a seamless glue line. And here's that process. And while we're at it, I think it's also worth mentioning a little tip here that when it comes to glue squeeze out, which you'll see in a minute, it really helps to wait for the glue to sort of skin over. From there, once it skins over, you can scrape it off with an old scraper or old chisel like I'm using in this case. It's a lot less messy than hitting it with water and much easier than waiting for it to be as hard as a rock to try to remove it. So that's how I do it, and it seems to work out okay. And I think we'll just, that's the process, and we'll end it here. Okay, gang, I think that's enough torture for one video, but here's where we're at. We have a neck. Fretboard's been glued on. Got the, I guess, the ancillary holes drilled for the mounting posts for the machine heads. From here, we will start sanding, and that's a topic worth discussion in and of itself. But get myself all cleaned up, figure out what to do with that. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching, and take care.